Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to IWC Schaffhausen. We are delighted tonight to welcome and to host the Mercedes-Benz event here in São Paulo. I would like to welcome warmly Mr. Holger Marquardt, head of Mercedes-Benz passenger cars, Latin America. Holger, welcome. Good evening. How are you?
Excellent. With this ambience here, I think it's fantastic.
I hand over the microphone.
Okay, thank you very much. Em nome da Mercedes-Benz, agradecer a presença de todos de vocês aqui. Muito obrigado. Para nós é uma alegria ter parceiros como a IWC, que reforça ainda mais nossa imagem de modernidade, luxo e, palavra difícil para mim, rejuvenescimento da Mercedes. E hoje nós temos privilégio e honra de convidarmos ícone de sucesso da nossa marca. Jovem piloto que já consagrou tricampeão mundial e que tem carinho especial pelo Brasil. At the time when he was a child, he had Ayrton Senna as his grand idol in sport. Para ele, correr aqui na Interlagos é sempre especial, porque esta é uma das poucas provas que ele ainda não venceu, mas já nos disse que irá fazer tudo para vencer neste domingo. Seja bem-vindo, Lewis Hamilton, who tem his coração para o Brasil.
Welcome.
Are we on TV? Are we on camera?
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, 3 men alone is not enough. Therefore, para alegrar ainda mais nossa noite, convido também uma jovem apresentadora brasileira que faz sucesso em Hollywood, à frente do programa Sony Wood, Maria Moreno.
Thank you. Tudo bom? Obrigada. Olá, gente. Tudo bem? Good evening, everyone. It's such a nice pleasure to be here tonight, but also even bigger to have Lewis Hamilton right here next to me talking to the biggest Formula One racers of all times. Lewis, we have some questions for you today. We prepared ourselves, and then there's also questions from your internet fans and also from Mercedes-Benz.
Hello, hola everyone. How do I say good evening? Or good
Boa
afternoon?
noite.
Boa noite.
Boa noite.
Boa noite.
Yeah, so we have questions for you today, but the idea actually is for you to answer it as fast as you do on the racetracks. So what we want you to do tonight is for you to beat that Shanghai pit stop record, which is like 7 seconds, almost 7 seconds.
Shanghai pit stop.
Yeah.
Whose pit stop was that?
It's from Mercedes, from your car.
It wasn't mine.
Well, that's what I heard.
7 seconds is
or
pretty
actually,
slow.
We just made up because they want you to answer the questions quick.
to speed.
Okay.
So, are you ready?
Are we online?
Yes, we are.
I have to be really careful what I say.
Well, let's
Okay.
start. Do you
Go
want to
for it.
sit down? You sit here. You sit right
Okay.
here. All right. Okay, first question. What represents to you to achieve the same number of world championships as Ayrton Senna?
Would I answer that really quick?
Well, he's starting to
Oh my God.
count right now. 7 seconds.
Okay,
Go.
when I was the size of these little kids here, I wanted to be Ayrton Senna. So I wanted to do the same as him or something similar, and now I did the same. So it's an amazing feeling.
I bet. Did he make it?
Almost.
Oh, we're kidding. You can answer. You're fine. Okay. Do you want to answer that in a longer way? Are you okay with that? Okay, good. Next question. Which is your favorite racetrack?
Suzuka, in Japan.
Why?
I don't know. I like it's an old circuit. There's not many runoff areas. It's incredibly fast. I think that's it. I'm keeping it short.
Good. Okay, this is a big one. Normally in this period of the year, the teams are already working on the development of the next car. How is the participation of the pilots on the project? Can you contribute on this preview step, or do you only try the car on the racetrack?
Well, we test things. So, for example, tomorrow in practice, P1, I'm testing something for next year. So P1 is not so important for me, or and we're developing things. I was at the factory last week, and I was with the guys seeing what the new design of the car is and which direction they're going. And in the direction I push this car pushes next year's car in a certain direction. So we are a part of the process, but we don't design it.
Okay. All right. This is a special one. Would it be special for you to win the race for the first time in Interlagos?
It's been 9 years. It's my 9th year here, and I've never won the Brazilian Grand Prix, which has been my favorite. I nearly won in 2012, but someone crashed into me. So, but I have won a championship here, which is almost as nice. But I've never stood on the top step. So, if I was to do it here, it would be my 44th win. So
Wow.
that is. I know it took Ayrton a long time as well. I think it took him 7-8 years. So I'm 1 year longer, maybe. I'm gonna try to keep it 1 year gap.
No, we want to see it this year. We want it. Okay, but if it happens, what are you going to do to celebrate? We actually
Is it
have
samba?
like samba. That's good.
Yeah.
I want to see you samba in the car. How are you going to do that?
I don't know how you can do that because you're strapped in, but I don't know. I'm gonna go to a good restaurant and then I'll be here Sunday night. So.
Oh, cool. Well, some online people asked you to bring the little Brazilian flag and just do as Ayrton Senna used to do. You remember that?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that.
I don't mind. I gotta win first, then I do anything.
You are going.
Anything you ask.
Okay, so this is a question from an internet user, and his name is Marcelo Rezende. And he believes that driving on manual transmission cars is more exciting, like the old times. What do you think about it?
I agree. I'm like you. I agree. When I purchase road cars, I like cars with the manual transmission. But nowadays, everyone is doing the Tiptronic, but I don't really like Tiptronic. I wish Formula One would go back to V12, V10, V12, and with the clutch and the manual. This would be, for me, a lot more special than the Tiptronic.
You think you can feel the car more? You're more in
It's
control?
just a no, I mean, it's different because we have to tune the downshifts that we have nowadays. But you still feel it, but I think with the downshifts and the blip that you used to do with the heel and toe, it was just a much slower process. The braking zone was much longer, for sure. And it's a different it's a technique. With a Tiptronic, there's no technique, really. Of course, you have to choose the time in which you downshift, but with the actual gear shift, you have to really be timing perfectly with the amount of brake and clutch and all that kind of stuff. So I prefer that more.
Okay, interesting. Okay, another question from an internet user. Question from Ciro Fernandes. Which year in Brazil you have had the most special race for your career?
I think the most special race was probably something like, was it 2009, 2010, where I started 18th and I came 3rd. That for me was the best because I love racing. I love challenging people and overtaking, and that's what I lived for since I was a kid. So otherwise, none of the other races have been spectacular.
How old were you when you started?
22.
That's my question, by the way.
Racing?
Yeah.
I was 8.
Wow.
22 years ago.
See? You
Long
can start
time.
right now.
How old are you guys?
See?
I was his age. And probably the same size, maybe smaller.
There you go. You can be a Formula One racer one day. Okay, let's do this now, because I know people here want to ask you questions too. Yeah. So I'm going to allow 3 questions. Yeah. Anyone? Okay, you.
Maybe the kids first, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Quer fazer uma pergunta? Quer?
You have a
Quer?
question?
No.
Thank you. No?
Then you will never win. You have to start one day.
Pergunta para ele se ele olhando olhando para mim, pelo meu jeito, se ele acha que eu sou piloto, se ele acha que essa luva aqui, se eu ganhei ou não uma corrida com ela, usando esse meu macacão, o que ele acha? E disse que se ele assinar, eu vou ganhar a corrida comigo.
Okay. So what he wants to know is, if looking at him right now, do you think he's a pilot? And if he wears that glove and the outfit, and if you sign it for him, he will win. He would win. Yeah. That's his.
I think it's unlikely. Are you any good? Are you good?
Good?
But I've already signed these gloves.
It's yours.
I've already signed it.
It's
Ah,
for you.
yeah. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I signed them already.
There you go.
Mhm.
Cool. I want one for me. Anyone else? Okay. There's a microphone going.
How do you like your watch?
Ah.
You work here, obviously, because you have the same one. Yes. I love my watch, but I'm looking for an upgrade right now.
Oh, there you go. Good
I've been wearing this one for a while. This one, we've had this one since the last 2-3 years.
And you like the LATAM edition, huh? The big pilot,
The-
rose gold.
The big road, yeah. I've been asking him, and he didn't bring me with a pilot.
Okay. One more?
Para ele, qual foi o carro de pista e o carro de rua mais emocionante que ele dirigiu?
What's the race car inside the race tracks that you drove that you liked the most, and the one in the streets that you liked the most?
One of my favorite cars was Ayrton's car. I drove the 89 car, the MP44, I think 88, 89 car from McLaren. And this was with a manual transmission. It was amazing. So this is probably my favorite Formula 1 car that I've driven, besides the one I drive now. And then on the road, I don't know. It depends, because you can have a car that has really good performance or a car that just looks cool. Emotional? I have super emotion for every car. They're like my girlfriends.
Do you give them names?
I'm in love, so.
Do they have names or something?
They don't have any names. I just say I'm taking my baby out.
That works
But
well.
I like vintage cars, so I have a 1967 Cobra Mustang, which I love, and I have a lot of. When I'm driving that, I just feel classic, and it's cool.
May I ask you a question? Once you came to Brazil and you mentioned that you liked the Corinthians, it was a black and white team most.
Oh, no.
And Corinthians is about to win the national championship on Sunday. So probably you are going to win, and Corinthians is going to win at the same time. You are going to be a winner here and make a dream come true.
Please, Palmeiras,
They
please.
really like soccer. This is how it starts. The Brazilian.
I don't really know too much about the football, so. But I'm a big fan of the Brazilian football team. Yeah, in the World Cup. But but I don't know.
There is an expression very popular here in Brazil. Is like Corinthians.
No, no.
Ah.
Not say it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Why everything
No, I'm
has
good.
to
I'm
end in
good.
soccer?
I think I have one of the shirts from last year. Yeah. That's very cool. Well, hopefully if I can win, hopefully they can win.
It's always about soccer. I can't even believe it. It's about Formula One, people. Okay, so I guess this is the last question, and can we chill the champagne for 2016?
But it's way too early for that. We have to still drink the one from this year.
True.
There's still a lot of champagne to drink for this championship. So right now I'm really. It's strange because I won the championship with 3 races to go, but I still arrive at the race and I still want to win so much. I'm coming here, as I said, I've never won at this race before, so the passion that I have, the fire in my heart I have, is equal to all the other races, if not more, particularly as I've never won here. So, and I think at the end of the year, then I'm gonna try to relax, and I think I'm gonna be in a different place in my life, because all my life I've been targeting Ayrton's 3-time championship, and now I've reached that. It's now about discovery and what's next for me. What is my next target? I have to figure out what those are going to be. So
Probably a 4th championship.
most likely that's going to be. Of course, I'm coming next year, so I'm going to be pushing for that. But I have to find a new set of goals. So that's going to be my target at the end of the year.
Cool.
But now we're going to need to be trying to win this race and the next race, and then drink lots of champagne, and then work towards the next year.
I have a silly question. It's just mine too. You're driving. When I'm driving, I like to hear music loud.
Me too.
You allowed to hear music when you're driving?
I wish it'd be quite nice. No, because you're listening for the downshifts. That you listen for the engine, for the drivability, the wheel spin, other cars around you. So you can't get to. But sometimes on practice day, I wish that I had some music, because sometimes it gets really tedious, and it would be good motivation, like in the gym. But you only ever hear the car or your engineer.
That makes sense. Cool. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Obrigado.
That was amazing. Thank you. We want to take a picture with you, everybody.
Okay.